Okay, so it's Monday morning, so we'll see what goes down. I imagine there's going to be a lot of drama, but it's going to be all different things, and because it's all different things that have to happen for all different people. So it's going to be a bunch of different things happening all over the place. But I just saw a guy talking about, he said Nisargasara started already, it's already going. That what we're about to see is just the collapsing of the ones that aren't on it. The banks aren't on it. But they've already done this big giant reevaluation and stuff. And okay, so for one thing, Trump is just out there saying all sorts of stuff. Like, to me, but then I understand a lot of what he's saying. I mean, there's still these people who just don't. I don't get what their expectation was. Like, what were you wanting from this guy? Why? I don't even know. Like, it's just weird to see some of these content creators spend all their time trying to, even ones that can see some things, but then they spend all their time. It's weird, man. So, and plus, it's their biases. It's their judgment they're showing. And they think that they're talking about this other person, but when the lights come on, they're going to find out they were talking about themselves. So, he's saying all sorts of stuff. And, like, saying stuff about Space Force. He's saying all sorts of stuff. Like, it's for sure. This is really happening. These other people who keep saying all this other stuff, I don't fucking know what they think about, what they see, what they focus on. It just is like, they're just scared, it seems like to me, and think someone's going to fuck them over, and they're on guard. They're very guarded. A lot of people, that's the one thing about when people get hurt, they put up guards. And so the guards are what has to get broken down. Look at all this confirmation. So it's the guards that have to get taken down. What you keep yourself guarded with, your armor, your shields, your everything that you put on to protect yourself. And which, by the way, I heard something the other day, again, say something about if you gain weight, it's to protect yourself. I've been saying that for a long time. And so, okay, let me think. Okay, because this one guy, he was saying that it's already in motion, and now what we're going to start watching is as all the things fall down. As it's kind of like this bank's got to go and this bank's, but it's already, that's what I was saying before the other day, is I think that the quantum system started like separate from the system they were on. This, I think it's called the Swift system. And so they started this other one, and I think that is called, I'm having these words come in, but I don't know. You'd have to go in and watch it. I'm telling you, I think Charlie Ward, and he has a whole website. He has tons of videos if you really want to understand. Is he was a finance person that worked with all these really rich people. He was moving their money around, like a money launderer for rich people. So there was always protection, but it was still money laundering. And so but he was privy to a lot of conversations. And so he heard them talking about the sickness and what they were going to do. And it was all to crash the economy. So he was talking about this in the very beginning when the sickness started, when I knew it was bullshit. And he was saying why they were really doing it. He was explaining what was going on, all the stuff he had learned, what they had been talking about. And he was so right on that, I don't know, apparently some people who were involved with it then had him sign an NDA, and he's only allowed to talk about certain things. So certain times he can release information, and he's always upfront about that. And so, but he had said about how the things were going to be crashing and stuff, but he had said about this quantum system running up, like they were putting that all in place, this blockchain thing, and it has to do too with something with the postmaster. So it started a long while ago, and then they had to start putting it in place, but they kept finding so much corruption. So it kept slowing things down. They had to keep arresting people, just one thing after another. And so then But I think what happened is, so this it started, but it's running separate from the banks. The banks can't access it. That's no joke. And the banks are like, well, I don't know. And now you got all these people who are like, oh, it's no big deal, you guys. It's just a glitch. It's just a, and it's like, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Where is your spidey senses? You have any, like, you just cut off from all of your instincts or something? And, but, you know, there's got to be people who play those roles. So so you have all those people, you know, just no big deal, you guys. They're making such a big deal out of it. God, all you conspiracy theorists are so weird. And then you have, what was it? There was another thing I was seeing, another group of, there's lots of people who think, you know, that this is the end, and there's just everything out there. And so okay, let me think, because I keep getting these two guys about their videos. Okay, because the one guy, he was saying it's already going, but now we're going to start watching as it all crumbles down publicly. So the banks are going to go down, the banks go down. But like I said, I think that the people's money is actually deposited into the quantum account, and then they'll do that reevaluation. So they'll give you the equivalency in gold back. And so you'll get equivalent, but it will be backed in gold. And so it will be in your quantum account. So that's what I think people's paychecks are. But there'll be drama of like, well, where is it? Why isn't it here? And people who haven't had money and all sorts of stuff will go on. So, and then there'll be more panic, like I was saying, more of that stuff. In this other video, I saw this guy, and he was saying, okay, I'm not going to come on and do any more. I mean, we're already here. There's nothing more I can say. I don't know what else, you know. I've been saying it and saying it, and I was like, oh, that's what these people, the ones that are so focused on the government and stuff, because they aren't focused on their healing and what's going on here. They're just focused on fear and the government and stuff. And so it seems that like they thought if they could just all get us to wake up, that the government wouldn't do this stuff. If we would all just wake up, everything would be fine, and the government wouldn't be able to do this stuff. And, you know, I don't really know where, you know, I'm not sure. Because to me, it's like, I mean, let's put a bunch of Band-Aids on this system. Let's all come together and, you know, be good citizens. It's like, I want it to fall apart. Sorry. But, so this guy is saying, you know, we're already under attack. They were letting so many more people in, and it's been a Trojan horse. We've got all these sleeper cells. And over the next 14 months, they're supposed to bomb us, shoot us, start fires, just utter chaos nonstop to destroy us from the inside. And, but with the two videos together, I was just feeling that, that there is, like, things keep being diffused. Like, they're going to keep diffusing things, but I kind of feel like they're diffusing some big things. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. But if they already put the money in, but that's what they were saying. It was a deadline. And there was no more stopping. They set these deadlines and say, we're going to do that. Like, where's the Fed now? You know, we're supposed to be on that in June. We're not supposed to have cash anymore. We're supposed to only have this, you know, it was all bullshit. They get everything they've tried. They can't. They were surrounded. They were locked in. It's kind of like you've taken everything away from them. You've backed them in a corner, and you're standing there going, now what you going to do? Now what you going to do? What you gonna do? And then you got all these people back here lifting off their masks like, yeah, guess who? And so it's a big old, for the people who were still playing along and thought that they had more backing, they're backed in a corner. Like a whole backing of Joe, like that's a big show. That is, you know, the takedown of him. So that is, you know, it's not even really him. And I know that there's other people. It's not really them. It's all part of this big show. So anyways, but it's going to be a show. That's the thing. It's going to be a show. Like if it's already going, it's already in place. So that's why I would say I wouldn't be worrying about your house payment. And like I said, there's places that won't even take the payments. There's no way to make them. and it probably on your credit cards and all that stuff. But if you're having those things and you still feel like, oh, I got to pay, I can't trust, like, I got to make sure, fuck, I can't be homeless, I can't, then, try and make them and see what happens. But, I'm hearing that things aren't going through because there was two separate money things. Now we have two separate money things, just like we have two separate countries going right now. We have the Corporation of America, where the people who are still mind controlled think that that's all there is. And then we have the Republic, and that is the separation. And then we have the two leaders, which, oh, this one was a big one because this is another thing what they're dragging out. And it should be, because they had to put I know for sure 3 of the justices, they had to put them in a safe place because they're about to do this announcement. They had to take their whole families and everything. Because through this whole time, they have been deciding who was going to be going through all the information and decide who was going to be the leader. And they took Joe out and put the other guy in. So they took all of them to put them in hiding to start making those announcements this week. Because, well, for one thing, it's a big show. And, there's a lot of reasons. So that should be a part of our show this week, hopefully. There's a lot of drama around who's running this show. When we know that the one guy, he took down the corporation, and that's why they fucking hate him and want him out. And they're trying to scramble and put together anything they can, but all their hands are tied. Their tools are taken away. But they're still, it's not like, I don't think like the one side knows every move that the other one's going to make. They just keep trying to take their moves away from them to limit them. But there's still some stuff that's going to go down. I mean, there's still a lot of people that are going to be leaving. And then when you see some of these people so locked in with their hate and their negative, fuck. I saw this girl last night on this video. Real pretty girl, cute figure, wild style, and let me think, because there was another thing. She was younger. Anyways, whatever her video was. So her video is her, I think she takes a couple steps towards the camera. So you're seeing all her body. And she's walking up towards the camera. And her dress barely, I mean, it's so short. And so and then I think she has like high boots on or something. So she lifts up her leg to put her boot in, which you can see everything when she lifts up her leg. There's panties covering or some kind of something, if it's shorts or something. But it still is like, it's a peekaboo show for sure. And so it's the camera, like, the way these girls do this is just so weird. Is that one girl who's doing the poses, she just did the strangest pose I've ever seen. I mean, the poses just get weirder and weirder, I swear to God. So this girl, she comes marching up there, pulls her thing up, puts her boots on. And the thing that she's saying, I think it's in words. Might have a song going. It's a music video of like how to hate men. They just fucking suck. And it's just like, what has happened to these girls? It's just like, I mean, I see so many grown adult women. Men aren't worth it. Just go with the girls. They all just want to, it's strange. Like, it's so strange. It's, I got so many things I could say about that. Because, well, those ones, they don't work. So I'm not going to heal myself. I'm just going to go over to this crowd now and start working on them. Pretty soon, you're going to work your way through them, too. You're going to see, weird. How do I just keep having problems? Well, maybe you probably just need to heal them. But to sit there and ridicule the way the whole thing, and you're just doing this whole little, like, peekaboo show. And this other girl, and how many of these ones, like the older lady who was doing the one with the silver fox. And, I was like, does she even know this is just like a male model? This isn't a guy who just has this isn't just a guy. Like, this is a model who, there's these I said stations, but they're channels or accounts or something. And it's like a modeling agency or something. And they just get all these hot people to, I mean, I think that they're the ones that go and do the dating website pictures. Yeah, all those that pop up all the time that are like, oh, if you're over 60 and you want to date, they always have these people popping up like that's who you go on and or you're going to find or something. But yeah, I was just like this. But the woman was also trying to tell, she was trying to tell you how to, help your own closet to follow the trends, like this new trend that's come in. But just the way, like an older person in their 70s saying to follow the trend of the style of the design of just a fashion trend, just to follow a fashion trend. And she's trying to tell you how to follow this fashion trend. I can't remember what it is though. Something like bell bottoms, bar back, or something. Oh, it was padded shoulders. So padded shoulders are back, big, boxy, broad shoulders. That's what she's saying. And, but I think you shouldn't follow a trend. I think you should follow what looks good on you. What's best for you, not just like what looks best on the model that they chose to set the trend. Like it looks really good on her. So, and then trends recirculate all the time. Designers are always looking through old styles to put them together to create new styles. So they always are recirculating trends and styles and stuff. You're always going to have repeats. And that's why, to me, keep your old clothes. You want to, you don't have to go out and buy new clothes with every trend. They just come back through all the time. Just keep some clothes. Don't get rid of them all the time. Take care of your clothes. And then look for what looks good on you. Don't just be like, oh, boxy shoulders. Let's all run out and get boxy shoulders. There will be some people who look like shit with boxy shoulders, I'll tell you. There'll be some thick girls. They go put on boxy shoulders, and they're going to they're going to look like a packed sausage or something. It's like, look for things that look good on you. Look for stuff. Go out. Go to a thrift store and go shopping. Oh, a bunch of them. Don't go into a store that's just selling the latest fashion. Go into a place that's got a variety of stuff. And they've always got, if you can't find what you're looking for at a certain thrift store, just go to a few more. But try on different things and find what looks good on you. Not just go to the store and try and find something that looks good that's on trend. But anyway, so this older lady who's very attractive. I mean, her whole account is just aging well. Because she's like, I don't know, 78 years old. She's, looks like she's, her body looks like she'd be in the 6th grade or something. And she's got this beautiful, thick silver hair. She's very pretty. She's got really black eyebrows, I think. So she's very dramatic and pretty looking. Like I'm sure she could, the silver fox probably would be interested in her. Unless he's just interested in dating 30-year-olds, or he could be interested in the D. You don't know. Like, so... anyways, but that duet, I just was like, God, that's weird. It's just all the time. Like, I'll hear people say certain things, like she's all about health and taking care of yourself and aging right and stuff like that. But then follow the trends and duet hot guys. And so then the other girl, right after that duet, then I saw the other one that gets in the weird positions. She literally got in a position, and this guy was hot too. I mean, the girls are always doing it. They're not picking homely guys to duet. They're picking guys that are hot, that are talking, because they're trying to get these guys' attention is how it comes across. Like, I don't know their intent, but I know how it comes across. And so this one, she was like laying on her back and pulled into fetal position. But the camera's coming this way. So I don't know. To me, it looks like some of these people, like... Are you setting up like porn looking shots? Like, where are you getting the idea for these shots? Because I'm shocked at some of the stuff like I see. Like, I don't know. I guess people just don't think for themselves and don't think about how it comes across or how it looks or what you're putting out. They just, I don't know. It just gets weirder and weirder by the day. I swear to God. And okay, because let me think. Because there was a bunch of stuff. I gotta think back. Oh, yeah. So this is a weird one. This guy, I don't know. I think he worked in Hollywood or something. Maybe like he was a cameraman or something. But he knows a bunch of people. And so when I had first seen him, he's a handsome guy. He's got a beard and pretty eyes and short hair. So if you've ever seen him, and he's very outspoken about some stuff. And that's who I had heard him talking about, Leonardo DiCaprio. But he's talked about a bunch of different people. I can't remember all the different, and then I think I was following him for a while, but then he was like, as somebody starts just being hateful and negative and just seeing things and not seeing the whole thing, but just focusing on one part of a thing, then I just am like I said, I'll hear people say things and then they'll say something. I'm just like, what? And so I feel like that's what happened with him. But then I also noticed that a lot of people were sharing his videos on a lot of different accounts. And so it wasn't even his account. So I don't even know where his real account is. I don't know if he's on Instagram, if he's on Facebook, he might be on TikTok, but I don't think I've ever found his real account. But I see his videos all the time. And he is, I don't know, I'm probably kind of a personality like me, just like, what the fuck? And so he was talking about something about, what's going on, of course, is we got all these people that feel like they need to go over and fight somebody else's battle that they know nothing about. They know nothing about the history. They're just the SJW. They're just social justice, but they don't know. You can't just go on a script of social justice. You have to know what the fuck's going on. And so they're being called out all over the place. And so many of them are gay. I think Roseanne just called a whole thing out about that yesterday. Like, what are you guys doing? You're going out there and trying to help people who hate you. Like, a lot of people are saying that. Like, do you even know who you're out there helping? You're trying to help your own murderer or something? Like, what the hell is wrong with you people? But the people, it's trigger words. It's like, they're causing the side of the gens, and that's funny, Gen X, yeah, it's real weird, isn't it? So then they are causing this homicidal thing of all of the humans and shit, but then they try and turn it around and blame it on this group or that group or something. And every place has got terrorist groups. I mean, every place has got the groups from the inside that are there that make you think that they are supportive of you going against the government, but really they're the government's hand in your business. It's like double agents. So they're not really there for the people. They're there to direct the people how the government wants it, towards division and stuff like that. Create some gear for your movement. The government will back you. Whatever the fuck. So so you have all these people, who are trying to be involved in these fights, going out in the streets. There's violence breaking out all over the place. And I don't even know about this one in DC. Everybody keeps sharing it, but it just keeps being like, fuck, I'm having a hard time thinking there's that many people there. And I've seen tons and tons of videos of people being at, before, where I was saying all these different, what are they called? All these different protests, and I'm seeing them from like an aerial shot, and I'm not seeing it from any of the footage from the people inside. Now I'm seeing tons and tons from the people inside, but the crowds don't look as big as like what they're showing. And so, I don't know. I feel like the DC thing is like a lot of CGI, a lot of stuff to get people pissed and get people talking, because there's a lot of things. There's just so much to all this. And so, anyways, okay, I just felt kind of lost. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So back on that guy. So he was, okay, so the protests seem fake to me. I mean, I know that there is some, but it's like people who are not rationally thinking. They're just fighting somebody else's battle. And it's just like they want to just fight and divide. but they want to help people. They want to stand up for people's rights and stuff because they're all wounded, but they're not healing their own wounds. They're going and trying to heal somebody else's, which then turns around and is really saying that you don't believe this other person can save themselves, that you're their savior. You've got to go in and save them. And we're all equal. Everybody can save themselves. And I know it's hard when you've got so many people crying out to you, save me, somebody help me, somebody save me, send me some money. I've got this problem, I got that problem. But it all comes down to they've all got to save themselves. And for anybody to step in and trying to be saving everybody is their own complex, their own, there's like a whole thing. There's whole tons of lessons. Like just like for mine, how going through all this and being awake has been so many lessons about patience, about learning. Like, it's not my place. It's not my place to get everybody to see what I see and believe what I believe and stuff. It's everybody's own journey to themselves, to figure it out for themselves. And so, and they have to go out and desire. They have to go out and listen. They have to go out and look for people like me who are talking about weird shit so that they can absorb some weird shit and start processing it so their brain can fire up and they can start realizing, because that's what the truth is going to come out is all about, this mysticism, our mystical world. I mean, the pictures that I've seen coming out, man, like we just hung out with giants all the time. We weren't scared of everything. We were around all different people. I don't know how this all, I think it was like through the reset. I don't know if they killed all the people or something happened and people died. I don't know, but there was lots of pictures of these beings that are like 30 foot tall hanging out. And like I said, in that one past life that I went to, it was all these giants. And so, giants is real. There's a guy in Oregon right now who was out walking on a hike and he was looking up, and he believes in giants because I think he's out kind of looking around. So he's out in the mountains in Oregon, and so he looks up, and there's a cave, and he said it's like a door, and he said the door, well, he was out walking, and he saw an open cave, but then the door shut, and then he said there was a window at the top of the door, and the face started looking out of him, and he was like, it's a giant. And so he started trying to get to the place where the giant is, but he can't. He started doing this long-ass hike, and it just leads him down to, like a moat or a valley. Like, it's treacherous to try and get to where he's trying to get. But I would think it would be scary. Like, people, you gotta realize, like, it's gonna be one thing when we all come together. But these beings who have been living hidden in the forest, hidden in the mountains and shit, they've been surviving a long time. The forest is like a place where they can go and eat. Like, look, I wouldn't go out in the goddamn, there's no fucking way I go out in the forest looking for a goddamn giant. So he had his wife going with him. And I saw another video, these other people out hiking who found a cave, just go right in. It's like, these people are all whacked, man. They don't know how to respect. I don't know. I mean, if you're in the ufology community, then like, the caves are like where these other beings are allowed to be there. You'll go in and you'll run into some. There's people who have, there's a soldier guy, and he talks about a battle that they had in a cave. He got his fingers blown off. They use these laser things, these frequency weapons. And so, I don't know. I think people go and do dangerous shit just out of ignorance. Like, what do you think? You're going to go up to these creatures who live off of you for food? And you're going to be, hey, what's up? Can we talk or something? Like, this is, we're in a transition. This is like, we have stayed separate from these beings and stuff. And there's all sorts of cool stuff with nature happening. Like, fuck, I have seen some cool ass videos. Oh my gosh. This one is so cute. This big old giant bear. These people put in this swing set thing out in their yard for their kids. And so one of the swings, which my neighbor has one of these, is like a big giant just round thing. It looks kind of like a sled, just a big round thing. And it has another thing that looks like a typical swing next to it. And so and they live out, like, you can't see the whole thing because they're showing this, but you can see like a hill. So there's this big giant black bear comes running out of the hills, the mountains, or the forest, or whatever is there. He comes running over and jumps onto that swing thing and starts swinging. And then this video, it must be their outdoor safe camera or something, watches him. He's out there playing. He's grabbing the other one. He's swinging with that. He's just laying and lounging on it and stuff. It's just like he found his new place. He just spent all this day out there swinging on it, playing on it, and relaxing on it. And then I've seen a lot of, oh my gosh, so many videos of guys coming across, what are those things called? Those big deers that have the horns on them. The ones men like to go out and hunt. I think that's who they kill, is the male ones. And then they try and get the big horn things, the racks or whatever off of them. But anyways, I've seen so many of these videos of two locked in. And I was like, fuck. They fight, and then they lock horns, and then they can't separate. And then they die. Or one of them, oh my God, it's so horrible. But I've seen a bunch of different videos of guys coming across this and rescuing them. And it's hard. And the guys are all scared. They're scared shitless of these things. And I've seen them have to cut them with a chainsaw to cut the horn things off because they're so entwined and they're so tightly. And I saw this lady went and picked up a sloth that was slowly crossing the road. So she went, picked it up and took it over the road, put it on the tree, and it hung onto the tree real slow. And it turned to look at her. He put his hand out like, oh, thank you. And just held her hand out for her to come over. So she came back over and held his hand. It's the cutest moment. I've seen so many of these cute moments. I saw a video. It was a cute long video of a butterfly playing with a puppy. He was playing with this puppy for the longest time, flying down, getting on it, and the puppy's playing. Oh my God, it was the cutest thing. So there is all of this magic that is happening with, there is a magical thing happening. And so we're going to get to the magic, because I know that's what they're hiding, is all about the mysticism. Because somebody was just like, I just really want to get to the truth. I know some of the truth because I knew it for a long time and everybody kept telling me I was crazy. And so that's why I know, like, the truth is the mysticism. It's the supernatural. It's what you really are. That's what they're hiding. And that's what that's what's going to be coming out. And then, so this guy, okay, so this guy's video that I was talking about, he said, so they were talking about all these people, who are fighting other people's battles and stuff. So he wanted to go look into more about it. I don't remember what it was, what the draw was, the actual thing where he's like, I'm going to go look this up. So he went and looked up under the H's, the HOL, and couldn't find it. This is 1968 Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, which we had those. Every motherfucking thing, I swear to God. Anything you wouldn't ask my mom. Ask her any question about anything. Go look it up in the encyclopedias. Every fucking thing. Go look it up in the encyclopedias. Go look it up in the encyclopedias. And so, that's what we had to do. We'd have to look stuff up in the encyclopedia all the time. Like how people look at Google now. We had to look it up in the encyclopedia. And then, so he went and got the encyclopedia and he looked it up and there was nothing. Nothing. The word's not even in there. It's not in there. There's nothing about it. So then, he did find Mustache Man. He was in there. And so then he thought, well, I'm going to go look up about Palestine. Because There's some weird shit. I don't even know. All these people talking about this stuff. There's weird shit about the maps, this land. But see, it's all about this land and taking this land, and it's always taken away from these Native people. And there's so many different Native groups too, because there's this one okay, so this one video, it was showing it said black Chinese people or something, which are that Mongolian looking. And that is the one, I'm telling you, I think that this Mongolian type tribe, these Mongolian type people, are the ones, the natural ones. Like, I don't know what animal that they took to turn it, you know, to mess with it, to make, you know, little slave people. But so whatever it was that certain group of people, which I think ended up being black people. But there's not, but just like how the Chinese, like it's a Mongolian, it's like the Aborigines or something. Like if you go and look at different tribes, facial features, you base it off of facial features. And so then there's other ones that have different facial features that are like a totally different tribe. Well, I think that there was, you know, like even when you listen to Matías de Stefano, there was all these different beings that were coming. And so I think that there's a lot of hybrid kind of groups. There's people that came and brought people, and they left their people here, you know, just like settlers, like people came from another place, and then they don't even know that they're from some other place. Like whole tribes, whole big groups, because it happened such a long time ago. And so that's why I think that there's a lot of different ones. And all the different people didn't come from the one group. All the different people who are here, how we all are kind of different. There's like some differences. It's because there's some differences. But those are outside differences that don't matter. You know, those are just trying to understand like what's going on here. Who were the people who were here originally? Who's the real humans? Who's the real earthlings? Who were the natural beings to this place? Who came from the earth of this place? Who were the ones that, it's like, I don't even know. It's like a reality is created. And then it's like the stage is set. So it's like all these beings and stuff to go in and experience. But then the whole thing with the beings here, just there was a manipulation, and then there's just been so much lying. There's so much stuff that's going to be coming out, but it's all going to be about that there's tons of different beings here. We're souls. This is a place where lots of people come. This is that we are, I know that there's a huge movement towards this thing of realizing you're not flesh and blood. You are a hologram. And it just comes up to me all the time. Like I'll be doing something and I'll think, well, that doesn't matter. I'm a fucking a hologram anyway. So I just feel like that they just want to control us because out of our health. If they convince you that you're flesh and blood, you are of this planet, you are flesh and blood, and they've got all the answers. They're smarter than you. They've got the solutions. They've got the smart doctors. They look into things, but they are convincing you that you're something that you're not. And so it's all out of this manipulation. So I feel like that has such a huge part of of realizing, because it makes you let go. It changes how you look at your health. It changes how you look at your so many things. When you realize, like, if you keep telling yourself you're not flesh and blood, like everything that you do, like you get hurt, and then you think, well, how can I be hurt? Like I'm not even flesh and blood. You just start everything. You start questioning it, and it will just keep playing out. It depends on what you question. I mean, that's the stuff I'm questioning right now, but I'm in a different place than a lot of people. Like, it's definitely, you can't jump up here where I'm at it took a lot of things to get to where I got here. And so you don't have to be like, well, you know, if I want to be spiritual, I better just jump ahead and get to that. No, you got to stay on your own. You got to keep pulling yourself back to your center. Where are you? What is coming in your direction? Who's coming towards you? Because they're bringing you lessons. Everybody's bringing you lessons and bringing you opportunities to grow. Which little Mr. Man over there, he, this little fucker, they were doing really, really good. He's doing super good, but I do have to take him out a lot. And so this morning I went in to take a shower. I just got up and I just felt yuck. So I went in to go take a shower. I'd already taken him out to go potty. Went in to take a shower. I'm not in there for a long fucking time or something. You know, so I come out and Stella's laying there, but I'd heard her make a couple of noises. And so I come out and I go to turn on the plant lights in the windows and stepped right in a big old warm pile of shit. I was so fucking pissed. Just get out of the shower, step in this fucking warm ass pile of shit. I haven't had that happen in a while. And then I was like, oh my God, I was pissed. Told him to get outside. And I had to clean up all that stuff. And he had to sit out on the porch. And so anyways, he has had an accident. I picked up the pad, though. He has not been having any pee accidents. But we'll see. I mean, he's still a puppy, so he pooped on the fucking floor. It's just like he doesn't get to hold it and stuff. It's just like, I feel like I need to go. And I was like, man, me taking a shower, they'll scare the shit out of you or something, dude. Like, come on. But, oh my God, yesterday was so, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. Stella is struggling. She is so irritated by him. And it's so funny because I can pick up exactly on what she's saying. It's like I can hear it loud and clear. And she keeps giving me these looks. And she is saying so many sounds. Oh my gosh. She is trying to say so many sounds to me. And into him too. But so she's really fed up. He's getting her toys out. She does not like that at all. I had to take a couple of her favorite, put those up. That really pisses her off. She jumps up, she starts going wild and barking, and I was like, there is no way. The neighbors have all got to be hearing this. She is having one fit after another. And I swear to God, I was feeling like I was going to go deaf. It's one thing when she's outside barking. When she's in here having an emotional meltdown, barking is so fucking loud. And I was like, everybody's got to be hearing because she is not shutting up. She's just, it's just like, oh my God. Oh, now he's like, what's going on? What's going on? No, Romeo, go over there and lay down. Jackson, go lay down, mister. Oh my God, he's just, anyways, that was funny. She was getting so mad. I have to keep telling her, you know, it's going to get better, honey. I know you don't want him to play with your stuff. I know you want him to leave. I know he's bugging you. But then, you know, she'll get up and we'll go outside and he'll follow her around and then she'll be all like, so I know in a couple weeks when he's, you know, as right now he's still a puppy where he's just like, he feels like he has to be right on me. He slept right on my goddamn legs again last night. And, so he feels like he's got to be like right on me, or he's scared of everything. He's scared if he's on the porch for a second. I'm in the side, and the doors between us. Everything there, he's not like touching me. Like right now, he's gonna be touching me. So I think he's just a baby, and you know, he'll get much better. I keep telling her he'll go out and hang out with you more. And so, you know, she's got some things like this little fucking irritating guy. He climbs on my bed. He takes over my bed. He eats my toys. He is, he just is like no boundaries. He just wants to climb on her. Looks like he wants to climb on me right now. Stop it. I shouldn't have tried to imitate her because now he's all worked up again. So, okay, let me think. Oh my God, I've only been talking 44 minutes. Jesus Christ. It's like, surely it's got to be a couple hours by now. Time is so weird to me right now. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. What was that? Oh, yesterday. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I don't know if it was the turning back time thing and then getting up in the middle of the night or something. Like, I don't even remember what time I got up yesterday, 2:30 or something, like the same as today. But it was like, oh my God, yesterday, seriously, I couldn't believe it. We'd be doing all this stuff, and then I would look at the clock, and it'd be like, it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. It's like, oh my God, how long is it going to even take to get to noon? I couldn't believe it. And it was just, that was the longest fucking day. Stella was having a fit, and she would jump up. It was very tense. Because even outside, she'd be laying on the porch, and all of a sudden she'd jump up, but she'd just be barking and barking. I kept thinking, okay, what in the fuck is going on? And I'd look to see if somebody was there, but then sometimes she'd be looking the other way. This was, the whole thing was just weird. Outside, it was weird. The colors keep being weird. You know, it's just this reality's falling apart. And it's trying to get everybody to pay attention, but it's just so weird how people are just like, don't give a fuck. I don't know why. It just weirded me out yesterday. Even like my neighbors come back. Like the husband, he was home because they were both gone and separate. And so she was out with the girls. Maybe they had gone shopping or something. And he was at home probably playing videos or something. And then she comes home and they're all, you know, dressed up and stuff, been out shopping or whatever all day, and brought dinner home. And then so they were talking about outside, because I was outside while the dogs were peeing, and so they got this whole thing going. That's why I'm standing there while all this is going on, and it's our show. The dogs are watching and everything. So kids are getting out of the car. Oh, Dad, look what we brought you. We brought you Red Robin. It's the best. And I was just sitting there thinking, oh my God, I wonder if it's a burger. I wonder if it felt like, God damn, there's so many people just have no idea what's coming. Yeah, here's a great burger. Get up there, Dad, eat that burger. I just saw the grossest fucking video. Fuck. Anybody who eats ribs, just, oh God, stop eating ribs. Oh, Jesus Christ. And just know you're eating somebody's ribs. And it ain't no fucking cow. And it ain't no fucking pig. It's, oh God, it's so gross. When you see some of this meat process and shit that I don't even know. Like that one, I don't even know where the hell that was, where they had these things going down inside this oil and then pulling them up. And it was like meat being cooked. But then when they pull it up, it looks, you can totally tell it's somebody's fucking torso. It's like, God damn, where the hell are they not hiding this shit? I think there's people that are just like, I mean, people eat garbage. People eat whatever. To me, I'm going the other way. Like, do we need to eat? Like, I'll go eat the chips and stuff. I'll eat something that I really want to eat. But it's like, fuck, I'm trying to get out of this idea. Do we really need to eat? Like, fuck. I think they're trying to convince us that we need to eat. So we eat a bunch of fucking garbage and gross ass shit. So they have something to do with their leftovers after they fucking consume everything they want out of the people. Then they fucking throw us the leftovers. But that is what all the ground meat and sausages, confirmation, motherfuckers. Finkelstein says that in goddamn self. Listen to the fucking rabbis. Everyone's, we decide. I don't know, what is it? They grind up the leftovers and put them in the sausages for the garum, and they're ground meat, and they eat the garum, eat the leftovers of it. And it's like, fuck you, dude. It's fucking gross ass shit. Let me think, because there was, yesterday I had to watch this movie. It was blowing my fucking mind, too. And it was kind of a fun movie to watch, because there's so much exercise program in this, in the 80s. And so everybody wears these, like, everybody then, like now, it's different style. Back then it was like tights and like leotards. People went around all the time wearing tights and leotards. And people were very fit. People, you know, took better care of themselves. Instead of eating 4 cake mixes, they would have been like, well, what can we do to cut that out and make it healthier? Like, it was a completely different movement. And so this movie is called Perfect. And it had just popped up on my YouTube. And this is another thing too, is I really think people need to understand about algorithm. I think they're trying to claim that they have control of our algorithm, but it's only in the way that they can censor us, that they are manipulating our algorithm. Because I think our algorithm is our energy brings us what we need to see, because it blows my mind, the shit that comes to me. Like, I don't even know of it. How would I even think to go look for it? It comes to me. And it's shit that it will go with what they're telling me. It will go with, it's crazy. And so, yeah, my algorithm is always bringing me shit. So this movie Perfect pops up. And so I decided to watch it yesterday. It took like 5 fucking hours to watch. I can't believe how long it took, because I had to stop for this, stop for that. But anyways, I got through it. But it was, there was some things that were just so mind-blowing in it. There's a lot of disclosure for sure. And, but the one thing is, so John Travolta, he is, works for Rolling Stone magazine, and he wants to do an interview, or he's doing a story on this new sports club. And so everybody's fed up with, going to the bars to go out and meet people, the swinging, because that was a whole scene back in the day. The swingers and this, going to the bars, and then it started being into looking for Mr. Goodbar. Like, that was all around the same time, where all these people just start going to bars and hooking up with people. You know, all the disease started coming, depression, the emptiness. It was all goes together. People do this stuff to themselves. So so they started this gym so that people could go and work out and meet each other, and, you know, big fun fitness place. But it was still like the same thing of a like a singles bar, but it was a gym. And so it was real cool inside, like the places to go sit and talk, places to go get drinks. But the only drink they had was a beer or smoothies and stuff like that. But you could get a beer after your workout, but not wine, which I thought, I don't know what that's all about. But then the smoothies, and everybody just hung out at this fucking gym all the time. And they go do classes, and that's where, when it would be a class, I would get up and try and do a class. I used to always do classes, always, back when I was younger. That was my thing. I started going to the gym, and I would always do the classes. And so anyways, I was jumping up and doing the class. I was like, fuck, I can't keep up anymore with, it was so much jumping. Jump, 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 jump. And a lot of fast moving and stuff. Just put on the movie and try and do some of the workouts. And and I had just seen this video of this guy, and he was talking about, oh my gosh, you know what? I just started jumping in my house, and all of a sudden I just feel regenerized. He said, I think we need to jump. And while he was sitting here doing this, he was dark skinned, but I don't think that was it. But while he was sitting here saying it, in my head, I was seeing these tribes, and they are dark. What are they called? Not Watusi. It was like this tribe dancing I would see, but a lot of jumping. I was thinking, I'm sure that there's something to the jumping. And then watching after he was saying that, and I had seen that in my head, and then I turned on this exercise class, and there's so much jumping. I was thinking, I think we need to do more jumping, but I think those little exercise things, because those were there for a while, but I'm not into the trampoline. Everybody's sticking a trampoline in their yard and then sticking their kid outside to jump on the trampoline. I think it's fucking giving kids brain damage. And then plus, go talk to some orthopedic doctors, what they think of them, trampolines, you know, or neuro doctors. They don't like them either. There's tons of people who get injured, but I don't think it's good for them. And you know, stick a device in their face and stick them out to go jump, 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 and rattle their brains. And I just think the whole thing is a mess waiting to happen, just like going out and sleeping with strangers. So but this one scene, so Jamie Lee Curtis is this workout girl. She's like the hottest one. I guess she was an Olympian athlete that didn't get to go to the Olympics because her and her coach were having an affair, and it came, I don't know, some drama about that. So she works at this gym, and she's the top exercise person. But the thing is, with Jamie Lee too, like, I mean, everybody at different generations can have different thoughts of her. But to me, back, like, I know strongly of her parents, and the people who worshipped her parents were like the people who were raising me. And so, and not just my parents, this was just like, I mean, my mom and dad didn't talk. Are you fucking kidding me? Not just my mom talking to her friends or something. You heard this a lot. I think it was in like magazines and stuff. But they were fucking so hard on Jamie Lee. They were like, how could you have such beautiful parents? Kind of like what they do to the Willis kids. But I think worse. I think they did this to Jamie Lee for so long. How do you have such gorgeous parents and then have this kid that looks like this? They did that all the time to her. And so when the movie had popped up, I thought, oh, this is interesting. John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis in a rom-com. Let's check this out. And I mean, how much, I'm sure it was in the 80s. I'm sure it didn't say, I don't even think it had the year up there. I'd have to go look it up. But they look so young. And so, and there was this, it was really cute, their little love affair thing. It was cute. It wasn't like, ugh, it was cute. But the thing that was getting me about her is like, God dang, she had a really cute figure. Like, fuck. And she was pretty. Oh my gosh, she was really, really pretty. And in this one, she has like a funky 80s haircut, but she pulls it off. It's like this whatever weird bang, and this, because she always does short hair. There was something about that, even as they kept saying that her face looked like a horse face because her hair was long. So she tried to pull her hair up. Like, they were just mean to her about her looks. But then when I saw this and she was younger, and I was like, God dang, she was so pretty, and she had such a good body. And man, how could they keep saying so much mean stuff about her all the time? It's like, fuck, to be born to a celebrity, especially a really good looking one, and be compared like that all the time, that's some bullshit, man. But everybody's journey, every soul, everything has to play out. And it's what you pay attention to, you learn from. So yeah, I thought that was pretty shitty. But so, anyway, I thought she was really cute. And they were a really cute couple. He's like his shaggy hair. He's not completely like, I mean, he's smart. He's not like the Welcome Back Kotter, and his hair is a little bit more shorter than that, but he's really cute and stuff. And I used to think John Travolta was just the cutest thing back in the Welcome Back Kotter days, as I was more of that personality. So then when they pulled that personality out and put it in his show, I was like, yeah, the cut up in the class and stuff. So anyways, I liked him. And the movie was super cute, and it was fun to watch. But there's this one scene that was really got me, where I was like, fuck, this is like a timeline jump. This is crazy. Because he's talking, and I just know they turned it. Somehow they twisted things when people start going in a certain direction. So it's all about this health club, and people getting in shape. But still, it's about, like, there's a whole thing because Lorraine Newman's in it. And she's off Saturday Night Live a long time ago, back with Gilda Radner days. And she's a super slut in it. She's like trying to hook up gangbangs and stuff. Like she reminds me of the kind of friends who I knew back then who, there was some hardcore ones. There was some hardcore ones for sure. And, but anyway, so she was kind of like that. So everything's real sexy, take care of your body, eat right, and this one guy, he's saying, because he's sitting there with twins, 2 twin girls are hooking up with this guy. It's gross. But so he's sitting there with twins. And one of the things he says is, yeah, everybody works out and get your body looking so good. Everybody just wants to have sex and show off their bodies all the time. It's like, okay, so got a lot of ego going there, a lot of mindless, for sure, a lot of lessons happening in humanity. But so they, Jamie Lee Curtis, so John Travolta keeps trying to interview her, but she's trying to protect herself from this whole big drama of this Olympics thing. And so he's trying to interview her and charm her and stuff. He's a charmer, and so he's taking her out and trying to get her to think he's on her side. And so they're at this dinner, at this luncheon, and they're having this conversation, and he starts saying that what's going on at the gym is, the boomers, he was saying it's not by an accident that all of the boomers start aging and all of a sudden exercise takes off, because now all of the boomers are waking up to taking care of themselves and getting healthy. And she's like, yeah, my dad died when he was 4, or my dad had a heart attack when he was for something about being out of shape at 40 and sick, and I think he died. And so she was like, so she really wanted to focus on her health. And so he's saying about how the boomers are this big change of taking care of themselves and changing their health. And then he starts talking about the health awakening is as big as the spiritual awakening. It's so huge, in the health and the spirit awakening go together, which gets the people to realize they don't need the government, because the government is just trying to take, like, he's going through the whole fucking thing. I shared a clip. And so I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so spiritual awakening, that was happening in the 80s, and the boomers who were making big changes from the past generation and going in and changing and taking things for their health. He was saying about, not, recognizing the corporations and their food and stuff like that, to take better care and to be more. And he was talking about like how cool it was. We have this huge movement happening where people are moving away from eating corporate food and learning to take care of themselves and get their own food and focus on their health and shit. What? I was just like, what? This was like fucking 30 years ago or something. I'm telling you, this awakening has been going on for a long time. And that made me feel like, so were we on one timeline and they jumped us back? Were we really headed for this? Were we in the middle of this big spiritual awakening and we didn't even realize it? And then they shamed all the people who were in the movement. And he was talking about after Watergate in Vietnam, that made big changes. That was a big awakening. What the fuck? So I was just like, oh my gosh, did they somehow twist us back? Did they just put us off? Is that when, let's make sure to get a lot of cocaine in there. God damn, they're going to wake up too fast. Like, I don't know. It's so trippy. It's so trippy when you go back and watch old movies. And with the awareness of going on in the awakening, and you see, like, it was tripping me out on some of these old movies when you start seeing so much of the programming, and then you see so many of the movies how they're trying, it's like training. They're constantly trying to train people, get people to think this way. Well, you don't want to think that way because those people are stupid. So think this way. Everything's about focus, getting you to think the way they want you to think. And then they even do like this whole spin out to get you confused on your own thoughts. They start switching it. Oh, well, no, it's that group that's doing it. So it makes you mad at that group because they're fucking with you. It's like, man, this place is just a fucking mind fuck. That's what it is. If I was going to name this motherfucking game, the game of life, I'd call it mind fuck. Because you got to be strong. You got to be strong-willed. You got to be strong-minded. You got to be fucking paying attention. And it's a very challenging game. And what was that? Because it was some video, and they were talking about something. Oh, yeah. This was just some person, and they were talking about somebody else. So I don't know who this person is. But they must be like me. Like I said, there's going to be people all of a sudden, there's going to be a bunch of people. I mean, because the people who they're elevating are the hateful people. It's going to switch. And so he also was, so this girl was like, you got to go listen to this guy. He explains it so well about how this is a video game and what you need to do and how you can make it better. I was like, oh, see, so there's other people. So I think that there's going to be a bunch more of us and that we're all saying the same things, but we don't know each other. Like we are just out there because a part of your awakening is you're speaking your truth. And like it always will make me feel more confident when I hear somebody else saying something that's similar to me. So it always gives me more confidence, but I have to trust myself. When I say something initially, I have to just go out and just say something what they're telling me. That's why I keep saying this is the hugest trust fall I've ever had with the universe. And I've been going through this relationship with them my whole life. So this is the biggest one. You know, go out here and say all this stuff that's against the grain, against what people know, against what people realize, like speak the truth and all that. So I know there's other people who are being pushed in the same direction, but none of us know each other. And I'm sure that we have got a lot of crossover in what we're saying, but then there's also a lot of perspective. So everybody should be saying something that's a little bit different. And it's just to give people more to identify, more to understand. So everybody, there's all the variants of understanding. Nobody's going to understand it all on the same level. We can't get everybody to just all come to the same stage and understand the same thing. It's all variable. It's all to your understanding, how you understand, how you perceive, and what you're here doing. And so, anyways, I think that there's going to be a bunch of people who are more like me, who are going to be like, will come out of the shadows somehow because right now we're overshadowed by the dark. But these events are going to be switching it. So, the people who are speaking about this weird stuff, like the things that you hear inside of you and you're speaking, that those are, but also I don't want to say that because there's a lot of people out there speaking and they're just sticking their feet in their mouth because they don't know, they don't even understand what's going on in here. They think everything that comes in is just, no, it's fucking Grand Central Station up in there. And so you got to really, there's so much to this awakening. There's so much to this learning. And, you know, there's so much to living your life in all one way. And then you're going to have this big turn the other direction. So anyways, but I think that is going to be an important part, that there's a bunch of us who are out saying things and explaining things. Because it's not coming from me. This is coming from outside of me. And it's the same with them, but we're all kind of saying the same kind of things, but we're all interpreting them in a certain direction because we're sharing that interpretation. But I think that is going to be a thing. It's going to be kind of like all these negative, hateful, downer, just, you know, give up, don't believe in anything, life sucks, they're here to kill us, we're all going to die. You know, just all that kind of stuff. Like they're just, you know, sticking their feet in their mouth because they're showing they don't have any spiritual look at life. And so they're just sticking their feet in their mouth. And then when the light comes on and they see, it's all their healing and stuff. But when the light comes on, it's going to expose all these people with their feet in their mouth. But it's also going to expose all of these people who are standing back waiting to be heard. And probably there's a lot like me who have, you know, thousands of videos. So there will be, it's just going to be a big switch. It's going to be a big change from people who are just so mindless, who are going to be wanting to understand and see. And then just listening to people like me who just say weird shit because it just opens you up. Just like how I said, I'll get confirmation. It gives you confirmation like, oh, I can be weird. Oh, I can say that. I can think that. Well, that's not weird to think. That's not weird to say. That's not weird to do. Everybody has to get into that. You know, quit thinking something's wrong with you. Quit thinking you're broken because this fucking weirdo place says so. This weirdo place wants to control and contain you. They want you to fucking be a mindless little drone that has no color, has no melanin, has no fucking hair, has no fucking spirit. Just beat down and willing to take it up the ass, you know what I'm saying? So fuck that. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, it's all a soul. It's It's a dependency. It's mindlessness. It's not knowing their own strength. And so it's important to, it's just so much manipulation, because even if the people who don't know it, it's because they're manipulated. But then it goes into your spirit. Like I'm telling you, there's more to this game. There is more. About learning about your strength of your spirit, learning all of these different things, and all the stuff you can get from it while you're here. You can learn from other people's mistakes. You can learn from everything. And I'm telling you that whenever you do things like this, has been a part of my thing the whole time. I'm constantly being shown both sides all the time. And even if I choose one side and I go all in on it, then I'm going to get the karma. It's like instant karma all the time. I'm always having things play out quickly. And so I think, it's going to play out the way you need it to play out, and if it's playing out slow, you're not paying attention. You're not, it's like it's slowing down so you can catch on. So you gotta, I just think that a lot of people don't realize the significance of following their own path. I think that so many people are caught up in what somebody else is doing, and their path's got to be better. So I'm going to follow their path, pay attention to what they're doing. They've got it better than me. And so you got to get into your own path, focus on what is going on with you, who comes into your orbit, what they're doing, what it brings up, how you feel. Everything is about your experience and how you handle it, how you feel about it, how you grow through it. That's what everything. And then that, if you're good on your experience, you can pay attention to what's going on from other people's and learn from their stuff. Pay attention and learn from what goes on with them. That doesn't mean you ever turn around and go like, well, they're a stupid, rotten piece of shit that doesn't even deserve to be alive. It's like, they're alive, therefore they deserve to be alive. So shut the fuck up. And so, but to get into your mind through all these experiences is the growth, is the evolution. And so don't judge the experiences and the experiencer. Allow the experiences to play out. And you can learn from them, you can witness them, you can observe them, but you got to keep remembering that that person is just playing that part for your viewing pleasure. It isn't that that's what that person really is, and you just caught it, and now you're just, all judgy and think they're just stupid, and you're so smart and they're so stupid. That's where you got to get out of those habits, thinking that you're better than other people. Everybody is here. You can find a million people who will fucking judge you in the same way that you're judging these people, because it's whatever you don't understand won't make sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to you. It only has to make sense to the person who's experiencing it. Because there's lots of shit. There's lots of shit that's told to me in my head. Lots of shit I go through that people wouldn't understand that. They wouldn't understand this sign or that sign. Like the one I forgot to say the other day that I started to say, because it was very trippy. It was, so my box is sitting there with the yarn in them. And I never looked at I didn't pay that much attention. I just thought, oh, these boxes are cool. For some reason, I liked them. So I put my yarn in them. And I was sitting on the couch, and I had some show on, and I'm sitting there crocheting. And the guy in the show starts saying something right as I turn, and I look over here, and the name of my shoes that I love, these new shoes that I got that I'm madly in love with, just happens to be the name of the person who is my person. So I was like, well, that's weird. And right when that happened, the person on the screen started saying something that was going on with what I was being told. It's so trippy. Like you just got to get into that world, the real world, the spiritual side, paying attention to the hidden messages, the signs, how they're communicating, because they're helping you in the game. You get in the game and you're not looking for help, then it's going to be a scary fucking game. It's going to be hard. And it's going to bring parts of you up. But that's what the soul's always looking for. So the parts of the people who are being brought up, that's what the people want to see. But watch how it plays out. So I have certain people just keep popping in my mind. And it's like, fuck, we'll see. We'll see how people bounce back from this. Like, we'll see how people handle this and maneuver this. This is going to be big. Like, people keep on thinking, like, well, we got to worry because they're going to blow us up because of this and that. And like, no. When things turn the other direction, it is going to be so fucking significant because of the people who is like, they're in a dark room and they feel like they can do whatever they want. Everybody else is doing it, so they can do whatever they want. And so they can do any hateful, judgmental, bitter, anger, all this hatefulness, this hateful shit that people keep doing to each other, saying mindless shit, just even not even the hateful shit. Because there's so many of the hateful duets in these battles, like, fuck. Some of them, it's like, it'll be one person, you think it's their video, then it switches to another person, it switches to another person, it switches to another person. It's like, oh my God, it's too many layers. I don't even know what the fuck's going on with this shit. It is like battle zone. And then you get the duets, you know, the girls trying to do some fucking awkward sex pose, like with this hot guy. Like, you think the hot guy is gonna look at this duet? Like, how many things you think people are reaching out to him? Like, on my fucking things, on my message thing, it's mental. Like, fucking, I don't even know how many guys. I don't even think they're real people. And then just, you know, oh, hi, beautiful. I want to talk. Hey, beautiful. There's one, and he just wouldn't stop. He was going in my comments. And I was like, some of them, I was like, you're not even, English isn't even your first language. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then this guy kept telling me, you know, he wanted me to be on Facebook. He wants to be my friend. He wants, like, all this stuff. It's like, I'm not even going to, I don't know, I mean, acknowledge them. And so, yeah, these girls are going and doing that. If somebody comes and does that to me, it's not like I'm going to be, oh, well, now I'm going to go out with you. Now I'm interested. No, I think these people don't realize how desperate they look. Like, but then they can just cover it as like, well, I was just into what he was saying. Okay. Strange position to get into, to just like, it's so strange. I can't get it out of my head. It's so weird. The way she's laying there. She's got all this massive hair too. She's got these giant bangs, this big giant black hair. And she's more like Q-tip body, a lot of hair and a tiny body. But she's always at the gym, so super fit, but wears those tiny pants with the like little bra shirt. And so she's always showing a lot of her body. And so then when you're laying, and your camera's here, and you're laying this way on your bed, you have your legs pulled up, and it makes me want to get in the position just to show. So she pulls up her legs, and then she is tipping her head back, looking back. I'm telling you, some of these, I swear to God, I don't know where they're coming up with these shots, but it's weird. And I just can't imagine some guy looking at that and going like, oh, God, I'm going to go out. I can look at it, I can see it. They go like, oh, well, I'll go and handle that little situation. But the girls don't want that. They're just trying to get him to pull in and talk to him. And then when the guys devalue them, the girls think it's the guy's problem. It's like, girl, you're devalued yourself. You're putting, like, what do you think you're going to get back from this? It's weird. And especially, like, you know, like the other day when she sat up and she put on a flannel and she sat direct and talked to the camera. And she wanted to be heard about whatever it was. Oh, because that was about those guys who were messaging her, and now that they in their sleeves, and now that they are life coaches charging a lot of money, and she thought people should know. But so then it gets serious, put on the flannel and talk directly to the camera, not get in some kind of like awkward, like, well, what's this? Oh, what the fuck? God damn. So but you know, there's a lot of people who in the dark, when everybody else is doing weird shit, it opens them up to feel like, well, I can do weird shit. Like, this is how this place works. This is what this place does. You know, we're all victims here. We're all just looking for love out there in all the wrong places. We're all drunk all the time. We all go to happy hour. We all want pizza. We all eat sausage. Like, you know, they're just all just, and, but then the lights are going to come on. When the lights come on, it's going to be people feeling super exposed, super naked, feeling sleazy as hell. Like, it's going to be, I'm telling you, this is what the awakening is. And it is, it's all about your choices that you made in the dark, and then you having to heal from them, which is going to be the hard part. And because people just don't know. I mean, they fear so much about God judging them because they fear judgment. But when the judgment's inside of you and you can't get away from it, and all you can do is feel it, and it's in your fucking nonstop in your head, it's fucking in your dreams. It's like, until you handle it, until you deal with it, it's fucking loud as fuck. And so, but that's why there will be a big up on the channels like mine, where people are trying to help people to learn how to manage themselves, you know, because they don't want you to learn that. They want you to get yourself in a fucking big old mess in the dark. So then, but all of the things that have been a part of this habitat, a part of this reality, are all going to fracture because it's the end of an age. So it's the changing of the age. It's changing the stage out. The game ended and we're starting a new one. And this happens all the time. This is a part of the cycles of life, part of the cycles of the universe. It's like the cycles of knowledge and expansion and growth. You can't just keep playing the same thing. I mean, eventually, if we just kept this same stage alive, we would all just start playing the same. We would just keep too much repeat. It would be like the same things just playing out and playing out. Even though there's like every single possibility, you just got to think, like, after a while, the universe has gotten all the, you know, everybody's played all these parts and it's gotten all of this wisdom, and then it switches because, like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like there's a lot of hard parts, and there has to be cycles. There just has to be change. Everything is changing all the time. Nothing can stay the same. So, and there's been so much change just here. Like, I think that's a big part of our awakening, is just realizing how much change was here around us, and we didn't even realize, like, fuck, there's fucking giants hiding out in the mountains right now. There's fucking all sorts of creatures in the forest waiting to eat us. Like, there's all this shit. And, you know, but anyways, I don't know. I feel like people don't understand about reincarnation and don't get it. Don't understand about life cycles and how this is going this way. But you just got to go and read about this stuff. Just go read a lot of stuff about things you find interesting or things that draw you towards them. Because then when you start reading them, it will just be like, things will just start popping off in your brain so crazy if you follow your desires. Because your desires are your imprint. It's trying to get you to follow. So it's like you turn yourself on. So you'll start turning all these parts of yourself on. And you'll just start remembering this, remembering that. Oh, I know this, I know that. You know, and to me, like, I know this stuff. Like, I know it. And I hear all these people talking about, like, what they think is going to happen, what they're scared of and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, I don't know. There's just something different of knowing and then of being scared. And the reason I feel like I know and I feel comfortable is because I have spent years and years and years and years reading about it, following about it, living it, doing it. Like, you know, it isn't just, I didn't just wake up last week. This is my spiritual journey, has been my whole life. So that is real. It's a very different way of living than how other people have lived. And it's, it's just a different way. And, I'm not going to say like theirs is the bad way or wrong way, because in a lot of ways it was a good way. They were able to really get into the 3D experience. I didn't ever get into it like that. I've always spent, I'm very comfortable in La La Land, let's say, like, ugh, I feel certain people like see me and think like I'm missing something or something. It's like, no, I'm happy. I'm complete. I'm standing out there. I'll stand up there talking to people that you don't see all day long. Like, it's your problem that you don't see them. I know they're there. I've been talking to them forever. And so I'm not sad or lonely or depressed. And I just feel like people just see you different, because people think like the way to live is to be, out there dating. If I was this older woman who was dating a lot, going out to the little bar up the street on the weekends, hooking up with different guys and stuff, like that would be like, yeah, that's regular, that's acceptable. But you go and you don't, and you're fine being alone, and you spend time with your dogs, and you do stuff like that, then it's like, what's wrong with that person? Kind of weird. You don't, it's like as soon as you're not doing just the typical things. And, because the people are so happy in the 3D, so happy, like, oh, look, we got the best. We got Red Robin. That's the best. I was like, look, I've been there. Oh, I've gotten the Red Robin. Wasn't buying the other, the burgers. I was buying the vegetarian ones, but now the vegetarian ones are full of it too. Once it started being that and Beyond Meat Impossible burgers and stuff, I'd eaten a couple of them, and I was like, man, these are really good. It really seemed like a burger, but now I know why. It's because burgers have people in them, and so do those things. So all of those stuff, everything that they try and feed us has got gunk in it. It's all junk. It's all fucking poison and shit. And so, however this is going to go on, this is for our benefit. This is for our best thing. All these people are so freaked out. And then they get so arrogant and so mad at you if you don't jump on their fear wagon with them. And again, you're just so stupid. You just don't see what's coming. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure you don't see what's coming. It's going to be pretty shocking when it does. Because it's going to be, and it seems like it's going to be kind of like slow. Like everything is kind of slow. Almost like we're going to watch the Dark do a strip show or something. Like it's going to slowly be revealed. It's going to slow kind of thing so that people can really see. Because it will be. I mean, when you got this many people living in the dark and fear and hate and preaching it and calling other people who are positive and about love and unity is just stupid, and it's so upside down. And so the when the what was I gonna say? Probably something I already said a million times. Is the flipping, because we're just so close. We're so close to this happening. But it does seem like, there's going to be problems with the money. Money stuff is going to keep going down. Bank, more problems with that. So the people focused on that. Then we're going to have all this stuff going on with the government. And somehow he's going to pop out. Or there's going to be some kind of drama. It's going to go on hopefully this week. I really hope it's this week. I hope it's fucking today. Like, I think this is going to start moving fast, especially if they're sane. But there's still this slow rolling unveiling. Like, this is slow, I think, for how it could go. Like, I can't even believe how many of these, like, they are here to bomb us and shoot and all that stuff, and they keep being all these things going on and nothing happening. Like, I know there's violence that keeps breaking out, but you expect, like, there was a fucking marathon yesterday in New York. And, like, they didn't skip that on the Boston, did they? So there's, like, all these different things that keep skipping. Which to me is like, what in the hell is their plan? Like, they've got all these opportunities to just fucking do all this mass murder, and then they just keep, oh, I'm just gonna wait. We got a good one coming. We got a real good one coming. It's like, fuck, what in the hell is coming? So, fuck, I don't know. And I don't know if it's just they keep being diffused. And then they're going to have the money chaos and the switching of the guards chaos. And then all the people who hated him and him coming out. Because he's already saying so many good things. I mean, he was already saying about get your proposals in for the Freedom Cities. Get your applications in if you want to be on the space. Like, fuck. If I was young again still, like, because now I'm in a different place in my life. Like, I have other things I want to do. But if I was a young person just coming into this, fuck, I'd be applying for that Space Force. I'll tell you that. I'd definitely be the job I'd be applying for. I want in on that Space Force. And so, and I knew when he was coming out and saying Space Force and people were making fun of him like he was an idiot. Well, I don't think you'd find anybody who was in the ufology community who was making fun of him. We're like, finally get somebody in there who's going to say some shit. So, that to me, just right there, what a fucking relief. But then you have all the people who just like think you're stupid and he's stupid too. They don't believe it. It's like, okay, you don't believe that? You don't believe that? Well, I guess let's see what happens when the aliens are just standing right there in front of your fucking face. You gonna believe it then? And then, so there's going to be all that kind of drama, but they're trying to have this, if that one other person, because there's all these people coming out, like if their military friends said this, their military friends said that. They haven't been able to say until now, but now they can. And so they want this done by the redemption and all that stuff done by the end of the month. So I don't know, we'll see by the end of the month if it gets done and stuff. We'll see how the month rolls through. But if just think about, like, that's a couple weeks of a lot of shit that's going to be going on. So it's going to be a lot of action going and going and going. Like, it's so weird when I just see people who are just going about their lives, just going to work, just doing their regular thing. It's like, God, there's so much happening. So much happening. And it's like, you're not going to see it coming. I don't know what's going to be the thing. I mean, I would think there's I just can't imagine there not being some scares about people in school and them locking the kids down and keeping their parents away from them. This has happened in a few different things, but I think it's going to happen on a bigger one. There's been like certain schools that have put out information, sent on newsletters and shit where it's like, oh, they're setting something up. They're going to have it where people are not going to be able to get to their kids. It's going to be full on panic. And, but those things have to play out. They have to get people to wake up and stuff. So there's just going to be a lot of crazy shit. I think it's going to be playing out over the next couple of weeks. So just, I mean, and everybody's got to do what they want. Don't just not go out just because I'm saying it. Don't, because, that's my guidance. If you don't, and I could sound paranoid to some people, but my guidance is definitely in watching, observation, and preparing. Like, I'm totally being prepared. Like, I'll talk more about that after this flip happens. But that's what I feel like. That all my guidance is in preparation for this flipping. And so, and observing, watching as it plays out. But if your guides are telling you, go out, go have fun, then do that. Don't listen to mine. Mine's different. My perspective is just like, man, it's wacky watching all these people just out, like, not paying any attention, not even thinking like anything's going on. There's like danger on every corner. So, you don't know, but I know nothing can happen to you that's not supposed to happen to you. Whatever happens to you is supposed to happen to you. So it's not like I think like just going out that things will happen. I just think going out is just going out into this toxic energy of chaos and ignorance. It just is creepy. It's like, I don't want to fucking go out there. I don't want to go out and eat some fucking rancid fucking food. I don't want to, there's just a lot of things. It's just like, ugh. I heard way too many things about the food, way too many things of horrible things happening while people are out, all sorts of weird shit. Like, so to me, this is a time to pull into self. And, just like to traverse the energy to get to the other side, if that is the word. I don't know, it just came in my head. So anyways, it's just working I don't know. It's like I'm in a different reality preparing for something else while everybody's finishing up this other one. So if you've got things to finish up, do them. I mean, like, if my check does go in, I'm going to go get some food and stuff. I'm going to go, I got to get some dog treats. I've got to get a bunch of shit. So, I just got to trust, like, whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen, And in the end, I think also, too, it's like, well, at least if it does go down and we don't get anything, at least if they do try and do it real quick, if it is done in a couple of weeks. So then, I mean, pretty much anything. I would think anything, any problems that besides being tortured. Like, I don't know if I could handle weeks of torture because this is what this is like to me. But I don't want to say that because it could be way worse. So this is pretty torturous, dragging on like a fucking, what is that, water torture thing? Just drop water on your fucking forehead till you go crazy. Yeah, so this, I don't know, it's very tedious. But, it's the perspective I'm supposed to go through. And anyways, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point. I don't even know. Let me think if there was something else. Because there's just going to be everything is just going to play out. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of craziness. A lot of people, who thought something was one thing and they are so sure, they've told everybody, but then it's going to turn the other direction. There's so many people that think we're going off the cliff. I mean, you got these people like, well, I'm just not even going to do anymore. We've reached the point, there's no hope now. Like, so everybody's just going to have to just fend for yourself. Like, we're here. We're at the, like, they're just down. It's like, they're just, and it's going to be, there has to be this big tension. There has to be that part that just, it's the hopeless. It's just, forget it. That's the hero's journey. And then the hero comes in who's going to be, Trump to a lot of people, but Assange is saying stuff. Like, there's all sorts of voices out there. So there's going to be, I think it's going to be like multiple savior type situations where all of a sudden it turns the other direction. And then all the people that were hating this one guy and talking so much shit on him, now what you going to say? Now it's going to be a little embarrassing. And now you're going to be receiving. So you're going to receive what he's given, but you think he's a real piece of shit. And that's the thing too, as I was thinking about that, is the receiving, because we're going into receiving. And how many people can't receive because of their own judgment? Because that will be a big hypocrisy. That is going to be something where people are going to have to come to terms with their own hypocrisy and stuff. Like, I'm going to be talking shit on this guy and hating him and all that stuff, and then he's going to turn around and give you your freedom and all this money while you were talking shit on him the whole time he was doing it, while he was working, trying to do this for you, and you were just talking shit on him. That is, there's just so many things that are going to be playing out. So many things. And not all of us are going to get to witness all things. Some of us will see some things and some of us won't. But as it plays out, I think the stories will all be being told. And, there'll be some people who probably tell their own story. I tell my own story. And can call themselves out for their own ignorance, for their own humility, for their own stupidness, and don't be bothered by it. Be like, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the smartest one. You don't have to be the perfect, prettiest, smartest. You don't have to be any of that. The most important thing is you just be you. Figure out who you are. Be you. And just realize that this is only a part of you. This is only the part of you that you see right this second. Just like think of the same thing as like if you're looking in the mirror at your face and you can see your face, but there's a whole lot more to you than just your face. So there's just a lot more to you than just this life. There's more to you than just that opinion or how you feel about this. And this is a big, huge time of opening up and figuring out how you feel about things and seeing how you feel about things. And if you were hateful and judgmental and now you've got to be in receiving and taking, and, that's for you to work out. That's for you to understand in your own mind. That's your journey. So, but I just know that everybody has to get into this love and unity position to get to the other, side, to get to the new age. You have to be in love and forgiveness and stuff. So you have all these things happening to get you into that position. But we'll see. There's going to be people who are going to fight that. But the universe is bringing in so much intense energy to get you to go in that direction. But it also is relentless. It's relentless. It won't let you stop thinking about what it wants you to think about. But you got to go deeper into the thoughts and get out of victim and go into it of, you want to see yourself. You want to understand yourself. And you want to see, like, why do I do that? Why do I do that? Because you can change it. You don't have to do things you don't want to do. You're not just like, you're programmed, but you can reprogram yourself. But you have to have the wits. You have to have the mind. You have to have a strong will. You have to have a strong mind. You have to notice and be defined in character. And that is what, we got a lot lacking around here. We got people who think like it's no big deal to not have integrity. No big deal to not have morals, to not care about things or people and stuff. So they'll get an opportunity to work on that. But if they can't, then it's only the winners of the game that will be going forward. If you can accomplish what you came here to accomplish, the duty is done so that you can get in there and get to the other side. But there's going to be players that are going to be falling away the whole goddamn time. So anyways, now how long I've been talking? An hour and 40 minutes. Okay, so let me think now. Is there anything else? And that is, Crystal, what you were saying about David Wilcock. And I think also Debbie Vortex, we were talking before too. And there's a lot of us, that love David Wilcock. He's been there, especially like when you thought weird things and he's out there publicly saying them, and it's like, fuck, I like this guy. And so, and he was so progressive in this certain direction, and he was a leader in a direction that took so many of us. Like he was a door opener. He was so important to so many things. But I feel like that everybody has got their healing and their growth to do. And I don't know, maybe he's not recognizing that he has some, but I think that it's been clear as things have been playing out over the last few years that he does. And that he is, my stomach's growling like crazy. But I made a cake last night in my cake thing, in my bread maker. I made a piece of this chocolate cake I made and see how it turned out. That's one thing, that fucking me and the parasites. Me, the parasites, and the dog. I feed the parasites. Just, like yesterday I was eating, I was thinking they were pretzels, but they weren't. They were breadsticks. I got a bunch of breadsticks on sale at the, I love those sesame breadsticks. I used to love those when I was a kid. You go to restaurants, like if you go to the Mexican restaurants, they always have chips out. But when my dad, we would always go to like the fancy restaurants and stuff because he had a lot of money. And he hung out with people who had money and stuff. And we would go to fancy restaurants. There'd be breadsticks. And I just got a flash of, I don't know. If you take your kids out to the thing, to a place, you take them places where kids don't really belong, and kids can just be shamed, don't do that, don't do that. And I just remember I would like the breadsticks. I would eat them a lot. It seems like I would get in trouble. But anyway, so I got these breadsticks the other day at the grocery store. They were 98 cents for a box. So I was like, I'm going to get a few boxes. And so then I made this frosting to put on my cake. And I was sitting here, and it's like the cake was taking a long fucking time. And I was like, God, I'm so hungry. So I said, well, I'm going to go take those breadsticks. I was picturing them as pretzels. Now I'm going to dip them in my frosting. So I'm just sitting there eating breadsticks and frosting. And I'm just like, well, I gotta keep the parasites happy. At least the parasites are happy. Like, I gotta go feed my parasites this morning, which I don't even understand. We're not even flesh and blood. Where the parasites are only there if we give them the focus. Like, this whole thing is so weird because there's like they can affect us. That's what blew my mind in the beginning. So they can affect us without us knowing, but it's through the frequency and the chemicals. They can do that, the interference. But there's just, I don't know, this place is just, it's so weird. Like, there's so many weird things about it. But, okay, so the chocolate, the frosting, the cake. What was I going to say about that? About the It seemed like I was going to say something else about it. I don't remember though. But now I'm gonna go eat some of the chocolate cake and make another cup of this matcha. One thing too though is like I could sit here and drink, like I could fucking drink a cup after tea. And I haven't been drinking any tea. But I could drink tea all day long. I could make cup after cup after cup. And that's how I spend a lot of winter, drinking a lot of hot tea to keep warm. But that's one thing, drinking, and I don't know, I think it's the matcha because it has caffeine, but it's a different chemical makeup somehow or something, the way it processes. And I don't think that the chaga, and then I have also like ashwagandha or something in there, like I have other things in there. But it does, like if you drink very much, it does make me feel like it's too much. Like I feel like it's like intense, like look. So I don't know, maybe it's just getting used to it or something. But I definitely don't think I could just sit here and drink cup of matcha after matcha after matcha. I think you'd fucking be zzz. Like I think it'd be too much. Like as it just a couple cups and it's already, I mean, this is one cup and I feel like I'm just gonna talk. But it also feels like, I don't know, I feel scattered. But let me think, because it seemed like there was something else I wanted to say. Because as I said about that wasn't in the Britannica. Oh yeah, because I wanted to say is I feel like, because all those people, you know, have those numbers on them. And all those people who were like, well, my grandma and my grandpa. But now we've seen so much with crisis actors. But the Blues are such a, I'm like, man, how many of them have been lied to? Like, I don't think they're all out there lying. I think a lot of them have been lied to. And it almost seems like that they wanted to make themselves into the biggest victim to make us all not be able to say anything about any bad thing they did, to kind of cover it so they could do every bad thing, that they could be in charge and in control without us knowing. And like, it's weird. Like, it's really weird. And I think that whole thing about Kanye showing how he was canceled by speaking up, I think that was part of the show to get you to see, like, yeah, you're not allowed to say anything about the blue people. You're not allowed, and they even made a whole word, and you get in big trouble. And but that's a perfect, beard for the bad people. So the bad people have a real safe place in there to be covered by these other victims but I was thinking, man, how many of those, like, even if you took that thing that they told us happened, that somehow didn't make it into the encyclopedia, but it affected our whole entire world and we're repeating history. But how much of that was like more of like a Flint, Michigan? Like how much more of it was really a contained experiment? Like, and how many of these people like kind of like that show I saw on Netflix where all the people were inside of that space. They were told they were out in space in some sort of what do they call those things out there all the time? These space world places, whatever the space things that they have out there. They have all these people that are told that they're living on one of those, and they've been living on it since the 50s, and they are out there in space because their planet blew up, and they all had to get on this ship and wait it out so that they could find another planet. And they've just been out here driving around in space for decades looking for somewhere else to go. But really, they're not in space at all. They're in a giant warehouse in the ship, and they've all been living there. People were born there. And so, which to me, micro, macro is a fucking habitat we're in. But I was thinking how easy and how much they show us all the time, how they do these contained experiments. They show us without people catching on, but I catch on because my guides have told me that we're in this giant experiment for a long time. Ever since I was little. They were telling me that when I was little. And so but if they put those marks on those people so that they knew who the people were, because even in, there's so much experimenting going on. Like there's places being found in the forest and stuff, like big places, and then they even used asylums for it and stuff. So I don't know, because you could put a bunch of people in a place in a camp and tell them that something's going on, and them think something's going on that's not going on. I mean, some of the things that have really blown my mind is like Gaddafi and Manson. And I'm having a hard time not thinking that Mustache Man's not in with that group. You know, let's blame it on the convict. Let's, make this guy into the demon who's really helping his people. Like everything is turned the other way. In the way that Mustache Man was so into spirituality and into finding the hidden truth and stuff, I wonder if he was getting a little too close to home and he was seeing that those people were hiding something. But they've changed the story. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, everybody can decide for themselves, but I would think that would have been a big enough story to make it into the Encyclopedia Britannica. And any of us that was raised back then knew. I mean, your mom paid a lot of money for those books. And she's got some shelves there for those books. And it was like the vacuum cleaner salesman. They would go around to sell the Encyclopedia Britannica. It was like their information campaign. Well, that's a pretty big thing to leave out of there. And so they would come around door to door to sell you the things. And I think they were expensive. I don't know. My mom was fucking damn proud of hers. And always, everything that you would ever ask. And every kid I knew, I don't think anybody, just like how now everybody has computers. Back then, everybody had encyclopedias. Again, if you didn't, they were at the library. Like, you had to use them. It was part of your book reports. Like how now they tell kids they have to have computers. Back then, you had to use your encyclopedias. You had to go get information. You had to do reports. Use them to find all your stuff out. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's the whole thing where the other guy had looked up about the Britannica, and it says the earth is flat, and then it's missing this whole big giant thing that happened out. This was the 1968 version that he had. So, I mean, it's well after. Seems like they could have easily got the situation in there and had enough information. He's going all through the H's and couldn't find anything about it. And then this whole thing, there's something about Palestine. There's a whole big thing where it didn't exist, it did exist. It's not like there's a lot of shady shit that is coming to the surface to be retold so that we see the truth, because we've been living a life of lies. So anyways, just, I don't know, just don't get too, like I see so many people that just get so, this is it, this is the truth, this is it. You gotta be a lot more like, I don't know, could be, I don't know, let's just watch how it plays out, let's see. And the thing I'm always looking for is crossover, but you also gotta watch where your crossover comes from. So sometimes crossover can come, and you still gotta be on guard, like, I don't know, that could have come from the same group of people. So you just don't get too over emotional about something that you don't know for sure. Like, there's so many people who are so locked in on things. It's like, you aren't there. You don't even know. You don't know what's going on. And you are just so invested in a drama that you don't even know the fucking first thing about. So you gotta just let go of shit. Otherwise, you're gonna be just drained energetically, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to steal your energy. They're trying to make you not know the value of your energy and how important you are. And they'll use you the fuck up by drama, and it's draining you, because there's beings out there feeding off of that shit. So anyways, if there was any, okay, so did I finish that about Wilcock? Because I do think that, we have to just really realize, even when people are in a certain status, that they still have things they got to heal. Like, he's not perfect. He's not above us. He's still got things to heal. He's hiding them from himself because he's always been an ego. And he's called himself out on that. Like, everybody knows, like, David Wilcock is a big ego. And so I'm not at all surprised to see some of this stuff coming up. But, for any of the people, I think that we just got to get out of the habit of thinking, like, looking down on them or something. We got to give everybody this space to heal. Everybody. Oh my gosh. That is so fucking loud. That just came in. It was like penetrating. God, I'm sick of this shit. God damn. Swear to God, some of those times it'll come in and it's like, okay, are they about to turn it up? Are they about to just blow my head off my body? Like, what the fuck is going on in this goddamn place? So, anyways, let me think if there was something else. So we got to give everybody space to heal. Don't look down on anybody, even if they have some kind of status, and think, well, they should be. No, we're all the same. There's just people who are putting on front, and people are just all playing different parts. And this is, like, I'm sure that the awakening part, when lights start turning on and shit, there's going to be some stuff with David. Like, I'm not really sure why he's going into, like, religion and trying to say, like, he's just, I don't know. Everybody's got their own shit to play out. All I see is somebody trying to cover up their own brokenness because now, how can he have something wrong? He's David Wilcock. So everybody looks up to him, and he's got to keep himself being relevant. He's got to keep being out there. And so he can't take time to himself. That would make him not be, how can he be a leader and still need to work on himself? It's like, but that's what makes you the leader, is being able to say, like, hey, we've all got something wrong. We all have things. And, but, he's been doing this a long fucking time. He's been out there, fucking since college. So he's been doing it a long time. So I can see, being stuck and having a hard time, having to be public, whatever he's going through, even with his whole big marriage thing. No, I don't even know what all happened about the breakup. I was surprised when all of a sudden he was in this, like, such a serious relationship, and it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. And then they were so madly in love, it seemed. But when I would watch his lives then, I kept thinking, man, is she going to take this, like, the way he talks to her? Like, dude, you cannot talk to people like that. You got to be kinder and gentler. And so, and she was very into meditation and sound healing and stuff like that. And and he's all about technology, ufology, disclosure, hidden truths. So they weren't, like, totally in alignment anyways. So I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for him, but he's just got to humble himself and just let go of being perfect. You don't have to be perfect, you've made your status. Like, nothing can take away who David Wilcock is at this point. He's been David Wilcock for fucking 35 years or something, 30 years. Like, I don't even know how old he is for sure, but he's been out there publicly for so long saying about UFOs and stuff. So anyways, I mean, no matter what he goes through, I'm still going to respect him, because I respect him for who he is. Like, he was able to go out there and say all that stuff and didn't give a shit what people said. He made a whole fucking movement in that area. He brought in so much disclosure and stuff. So anyways, it's sad to see him struggle with his own identity, but everybody's going to. There's going to be a lot of struggles. And anybody who hasn't been using this time efficiently and working on themselves through all of their stuff, it's going to be a lot. And just try and keep out of the judging, thinking, well, they're stupid. Well, they're a real, what is that called? Dissatisfied. No, real, like a dud or something. Don't, like, look down on him like, oh, so he was going around saying this and then he had problems too. Yeah, everybody has problems. Everybody's trying to pretend like they don't have problems. Everybody's trying to go around and make the best of it. Everybody's trying to put on a happy face. So yeah, there's people who are going around who are speaking about things, and now their problems are going to come to the surface and they're going to have to heal them. Just like everybody else. Everybody's going to have a lot of healing to do. But all this healing is going to turn us into a a beautiful experience. It's going to take us out of the dark and into the light. But it's going to be because the people who do it, the people who do the work, the people who make the changes, that's going to be the change. So everybody's playing beautiful parts here. This is really, really fucking cool. And it's really, really exciting. And it's sad to see so many people be so scared and sad. But I know that things are going to happen to wake them up so that they see, and everything's going to start changing. But then when they see, that's going to be when it's really hard. It's one thing when the world's coming at you and you're fighting against it. It's another thing when the battle moves indoors. And everybody's battles are about to move indoors. And it's going to be very fucking dramatic. It's going to be a lot of anger, a lot of sadness, a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions need to come up so people can learn to manage their emotions and take care of themselves and do what's best for them. Quit worrying about what's best for other people and worry about what's best for them. And not out of a selfish, egocentric way, but out of a, knowing that you're a spoke in the wheel. And if you're broken, then fucking how's the rest of the fucking thing supposed to work? We have to all take responsibility for ourselves so that we can create the world that we want to live in. So let me think if there was anything else. One thing I've noticed is I say so a lot. It's funny when you do a lot of talking, you start noticing like your little fill in, how your gap words, your bridges and stuff, and how you end this. And it's like you have the same ones that you say all the time. And I'm always, and so this, and so that. I have a few, I say. But okay, so let me, so let me think about this. Okay, so was there anything else? Just whatever's going to go on this week. Like now, it should be East Coast is opening up. There's going to start being people are going to start going in. Well, I don't know. The bank's probably open on the East Coast at 9. It's probably more like 4. No, what time is it? Okay. I've been talking 2 hours. I started, it was almost 4. So it should be almost 6. And so, yeah, New York should be opening up like now. So we should start seeing some stuff of people having problems in the banks and shit. So we should start seeing some stuff this week, Monday, and then there should be a lot of stuff coming up about leadership and stuff. But that one military guy said that they were getting all of the justices in place in protection. And then as soon as that happened, that then they were going to make the announcement. Joe's out. And, the truth is in. So anyways, I just say this week is going to be, it's going to be what we want it to be. I think it's going to keep moving us in that direction that we want to get to. So keep working on you, because that's the most important thing. Don't get too caught up in all the drama in the movie and what's playing out. Remember that where you're headed is what you're working on. Where you want to be is what you're working on. So work on you, and I'll talk to you in the morning. Unless there's a lot of exciting things that go on today, I might come back. But I don't know. The days are just so weird. So weird. Everything's so weird. So anyways, I will talk to you later.